Draft season's in full swing as today we're going to take a look at the roster for the Shrine Bowl and give you some names that you need to know that you need to be watching. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know, so go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful football discourse. We're going to switch over to here as this is revealed. If you're on Twitter, on the East-West Shrine Bowl's Twitter page. So we're going to go through the East team first. So, because this is kind of important, because this is who they'll be practicing with every day next week. So let's take a look at these matchups. I'm real excited. So we're going to start with whatever they first have here, being the defensive interiors. I'm going to tell y'all, offensive line for both squads is going to have a rough go, because the defensive line talent here at the Shrine Bowl is really good. It really is. Like Fahoko, dude, he's just nasty. He's got nice, I think he's got a good frame. He shows good versatility. He was extremely productive. He made my top 150. If you want to check out, I put out my top 150 big board just the other day. But let's pull up specifically. He had like 60-some pressures this year. There you are. 66 pressures, 21 sacks, 21.5 win rate. Oh, that's gonna be a killer. Then you have a guy like, and they're listing him as an interior. That's the wild thing. I wonder what his size is gonna be. I wonder what he measures out at, because San Jose listed him at the beginning of the year at 6'4", 263. So I'm very curious about that. But the other like monsters here we're looking at are, you got the Texas duo of Keandre Coburn, who played nose a majority of the time this season for Texas and did it at what, a 15% win rate. It was 15.4% win rate, 31 pressures on the year. And then like Moro Jomo was extremely productive. He might have a more versatile, he's a bit of a tweener at 6'3", 285. But like, you gotta understand, this guy played all over the line for Texas. So if he could showcase that versatility, like kind of leverage and play strength is a big part of his game. Like, watch out. Like, he had a 17.8% win rate. One of my favorite prospects, Kobe Turner out of Wake Forest, 6-year senior. He's a former Richmond transfer. He was lighting it up for the Spiders before he joined the Demon Deacons this year. And like, the dude was great, man. He had 34 pressures this season with 3 sacks. So like, you got a real studded group, and like some of the lower end guys here that I expect to be more like mid to late day 3 picks. Like I'm kind of surprised. Like they're listing some of these guys as interior. As we got Akema, I'm not gonna butcher his last name, but the Rice. He played edge, but I guess possibly does have that versatility to play. Let's look at his size. 6'4", 267. So could end up being a bit of a tweener. I still imagine he ends up on the edge, but 14% win rate. That's fairly solid. It's fairly solid. Typically, you want those edge, real good edge prospects. You're gonna see them like in the 20%, right? But I mean, those are guys that are gonna be going in like the first 2 rounds. But we also have O'Shane Mathis, a guy that I actually was pretty high on a couple of seasons ago at a TCU, that just never, like, he had a kind of a breakout year at TCU and never really built upon that. Went to Nebraska. I mean, he had a 16% win rate, 33 pressures, 3 sacks. So those guys are going to be playing edge. He's 6'5", 257. So I'm real curious how these guys are going to be weighing in. And then you got like a Dante Stills, who's a bit undersized but huge motor, a very productive. Actually, his brother, Darius Stills, who was a couple of drafts ago. Both those guys played with exceptionally good motors. It's just they didn't really have great size on their side. Though I will say Dante Stills is a bit better than his brothers. You got Broderick Martin, who I believe was he at the Hula Bowl? Trying to remember. Where are you? No, I don't have him listed at the Hula Bowl. But he's going to be another guy that's going to be listed here as a nose tackle, but he's probably the guy I'm not expecting the most from, at least on the East team. But let's keep this rolling. Let's see the edge rushers they got listed here. So they got a pretty good group. Yazir Abdullah, I'm a fan of. Bit undersized. I'd probably like him to be more of this hybrid, maybe potentially off-ball type, which he's shown he could do that at Louisville. We'll see. Caleb Murphy is one guy I have not seen because, fun fact, Ferris State. Can't get good tape on that. But he put up really good stats. 15 sacks this past season for him. 6'4", 245, so he's going to be an interesting guy to watch out for here. Robert Beal, a guy who never really emerged until as being a full-time starter till this season and just didn't produce all that well. I kind of got him in the UDFA range. Like, he kind of had an okay year, nothing special. Jose Ramirez out of Eastern Michigan, I'm actually a big fan of. Dude was phenomenal. 21.5% win rate, 50 pressures, 10 sacks. He's a little stout at 6'2". I'm kind of curious what the length measures out to, but I'm really excited for him. BJ Thompson as Stephen F. Austin. Another guy that's pretty undersized, 6'5", 230, had 30 sacks. Wow. Had 30 pressures, 5 sacks. I'm curious what he will measure out. Not necessarily measure out, but weigh out at. So, I really think Ramirez might be one of the guys that really show up. We know Robert Beal in terms of pedigree. The dude's got a good body. So, could be a guy that maybe helps his stock, but I really can't see him being more than maybe a mid to late day 3. And then on to the linebackers. We got Jeremy Banks. I think Anthony Orji might be the best of the group. Jeremy Banks could challenge him because he's kind of got the better ball skills. But if you're looking for more all around, then Orji's kind of the guy here. So those are two really good linebackers. Those are two guys inside my top 15 in terms of my linebacker rankings. Kyle was a Soel. Could have came out last season. Don't know how much. Don't really know how much he's really going to help his stock. Haven't watched Summerin out of Michigan State. He's I just finished all my Senior Bowl watches, so I kind of have a basis before I go into it. So this weekend I'm gonna try to binge a few of these guys I haven't watched yet. Amari Burney, I think, was a late entry, so he's a cat that I haven't got around to, but definitely the big names here are Jeremy Banks, are Orji. Orji made my top 150. Banks was that next guy up when it came to the linebacker position. He's gonna be I think he's gonna be 24 as a rookie. So and I have a red flag on him too. Let's actually look at that real quick. Let's see. During the 2019 season, he was dismissed from the team for an altercation with police, with one being a traffic stop and the other being and I just moved my cursor. Hold up. With one being a traffic stop and the other being an altercation with a woman. He worked his way back on the team 10 months later and was praised by coaches for his growth and in maturity. Okay, so that's the red flag. It's back in 2019. So I don't know. It might not be that big of a red flag. I ain't too worried about that actually. But I'm curious to see what he weighs in at. Let's take a look at the corners here, because he's probably my top guy is gonna be Travius Hodges Tomlinson. I think the NFL is probably gonna hate his size. I mean, they most certainly are. At 5'9", 177, they're probably gonna look at him as a slot guy, probably, which probably hurts his stock. We'll see. Oh, excuse me. Was it Nehemiah Shelton? Actually was at the Hula Bowl. Hot lot of nothing, dude. he's got great length, but like didn't really distinguish himself. So like honestly, could be a opportunity for him to be like, hey, no, I ain't half bad. I think maybe was it Khalif? Was it Halsey? I think maybe he was at the Hula Bowl. Maybe that was the Western Kentucky guy I was thinking of. Or maybe not. Maybe I just made it up. But sick. Like a lot of these guys have actually a pretty good size. He's 6'1", 200. I haven't watched him, so I couldn't tell you much about him yet. Contrell Clark, not great size at 5'10", 177. Don't think like Mekhi Gardner's huge. I'm surprised he's still gonna be at. They're gonna still like work him out at stinking. Oh my gosh, at corner. Like where are you at? 6'2", 212. But easily my highest guy on the list is Hodges right now. But a few of these guys I do need to go back and watch. The safety group. I'm not gonna lie, this safety group doesn't look that impressive to me. Last year I thought Bennett Williams was probably like maybe a late day 3 guy, potentially UDFA. It's probably more of the same. Haven't gotten around to much of the others, but like looking at let's pull their stuff up real quick. Like some of them showcase good ball skills, like like Owens, he had 6 pass breakups. So like I don't know, we'll see. I'm not too wild about this safety group, but let's go ahead jump to the West team. And that was just the offense. Oh shoot, no, let's jump to the defense. Or let's jump to, that was the defense. Let's jump to the offense. Holy moly, I almost forgot. La-di-da, la-di-da-di, I like to potty. Where you at? Oh, there's the West. There's West offense. Yeah, no. I probably should open that in a new tab, though. For later, because we want the East. Give us the East. Here we go. Show thread. Now let's look at what they're going to be competing against. I called this. I was super excited when I saw it. Tim Demarat or De Mora. I thought he was easily the best quarterback prospect at the Hula Bowl, and I was like, this guy, like the Shrine game, they only had 2 quarterbacks at that time that were signed up, and I was like, this guy's got to make it. Like he's got arm talent. I would love to see this cat. I don't know how Tanner Morgan made it here. I'm also pretty sure he's in the NFL PA Bowl. Pause. Where are you at, Tanner Morgan? Yeah, I got him listed at the NFL PA Bowl. So maybe he drops out of this since he's in the Shrine. Or drops out of the NFL PA Bowl since he's in the Shrine. But, watch out for Tim from Fordham. The dude's got an arm on him. I think he can make a lot of money this week. Aiden O'Connell, honestly, might end up being the best quarterback here. I think him and Jake Hayner are going to have kind of like that free-for-all, like who's the best quarterback here at the Shrine Bowl. We'll get to Hayner a little bit later, but let's take a look at the running backs. I'm very excited for Jordan Mims. I remember watching him last season when I'm pretty sure Ronnie Rivers, who was the lead back at Fresno, kind of sorta, last season, opted out of the bowl game, and Mims popped off for like 200 yards. He is a more senior, like a more veteran player. I think he's like a 5th-year senior. Had a really solid season for Fresno State. So like I think he has a good shot to really push himself up boards. He's got okay size, which I hope he weighs over 200. He was at 196 at the beginning of the year, so let's see. Tavion Thomas is kind of your power back. Denitrick Prince, haven't got to him yet. but it's on the radar. Derek Parrish, obviously he played kind of more edge for Houston, but he's a cat that actually he played all over for Houston. He's gonna probably cut his teeth doing special teams in the NFL, but if he could show he could do like a fullback role, like just that's why they include him here with the fullbacks. And honestly, like I'm not gonna lie, the fullback class or the fullback H-back class, kind of not bad. Like I was looking at it to finish up my Senior Bowl stuff. I was like, kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about another guy I'm eager to see at fullback later on. But looking at the wide receivers are good. Like Jackson out of Georgia is gonna be. I was surprised he ended up declaring. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he had at least another year of eligibility if he chose to do so. But I'm very excited to see him. Jalen Cropper. It's Cropper, you fool. Is my highest ranked of the bunch on this team. A.T. Perry's close. I think those are going to be two guys that are probably the best here. I'm excited to see Shaquan Davis lit it up there for South Carolina State. Antoine Green, I can't remember much from. Jacob Copeland's just speedy as hell, man. I think he's going to show off some return ability. Like Nico, was it Remigio? Remigio? I don't know. I got to go back and watch him. He kind of replaced Cropper in the slot this season for Fresno State. So like he's actually going to be very interesting. Jadon Hasselwood, man, dude, like I feel like I don't know. He needs a big week or else he's just going to be some mid to late day 3 pick. He really does need a big week and need to showcase some of the stuff that like made people really like him, because he's got the great size. He's got ability after the catch. So it's like we just need to see that this week with him. What was I bringing up? I was bringing up, I think, Nico's numbers. Yeah, 5'11", 185. So he's probably kind of built for the slot. Let's look at this tight end group. Because I'm not going to lie, tight ends are super lackluster. Like this group, lackluster. Joel Wilson, kind of intrigued by. Daniel Barker honestly could have came out last year instead. He decided to transfer from Illinois to Michigan State. Don't know much about Whiteheart. I gotta go back and watch him. Leonard Taylor basically split time with Josh Wiley, who's at the Senior Bowl. So really, for me, nothing to speak of here. The offensive line, man. Let's talk about how these guys are gonna have a rough time. So my top guys from this list are gonna be guys like Luke Haggard out of Indiana, Trevor Reed, which Trevor Reed's a really good athlete. Jordan McFadden, who I imagine is going to be taking reps on the interior. I know a lot of people like Carter Warren. He's more of this veteran player, just with lacking elite traits. Alex Pawlowski. He was actually at the Shrine Bowl last year and had, I think he ended up, much like Jackson Kirkland, who is also at the Shrine Bowl this year, I believe. He got hurt and ended up returning with the extra year of eligibility he had at Illinois. So it's nice to see him back here. He actually had a really good year there for Illinois. I'm actually really, really excited to see this John Joku? Because he had a very productive year for Boise State at tackle. Let me pull up how he did. Where are you at? Here we go. Allowed only 14 pressures and no sacks on over 436 passing snaps. So that's a solid number. I think that I mean, we're looking for that next tier of like tackles, like legit, like because after like Cody Mach and DeJuan Jones, Matthew Bergeron, We look at guys like, okay, maybe it's Tyler Steen, Wayne Morris, which I mean, you got guys like Ryan Hayes, and it's like they need some guys that can emerge to be in that early to mid day 3. So that will be definitely interesting. Quinnen Barrow at a Grand Valley. I can't find anything to watch him on, so I'm probably gonna pull my general opinion about him from this week. So, oh boy, but they're really gonna have their hands full with that, like especially the offensive interior group. They're gonna have their hands full. So let's just go ahead and move to the offense for the West team. As a quarterback, they only got 2 listed here. I imagine maybe some guy sneaks in to fill that other role, but Tommy DeVito, former Syracuse guy, he's got some burners. I mean, not like Dorian Thompson Robinson, but I'm not too excited about either of these guys. I honestly think DTR ends up making a position change. Looking at the running backs, you got Muhammad Ibrahim. Honestly, I don't need to see more from him, man. I think he's done enough. I think we've got a good feel. He's like going to be this day 3 guy that's going to be a good pick wherever you take him. Xavier was Valaday, former. Oh, where was he? Former. I want to say Western Michigan, but that doesn't feel right. Bet you it was something gold. It was Wyoming. Wait, yeah, Wyoming. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was Wyoming. I knew it was something gold-esque. Oh, that's right. Because he's second behind Brian Hill in their all-time rushers. So he's going to be a fun watch. Like, honestly, like, he's got some good tape there. Arizona State this past season. Good size, 6 foot, 200 pounds. 44 force missed tackles, decent yards after contact rate. So like solid, like only 1 fumble. I think he's been pretty solid with the football for the most part. I think, well, I guess compared to 2021, but that was like an outlier in his career. The guy that's really had like, I think he only had 1 fumble every year outside of 2021, where he probably had like 3 or 4. Travis Dye, if this guy can compete, can participate, I'm so excited. Like, what specifically was the injury with him? Or is he gonna just end up being like a show up? All I put was a nasty season-ending leg injury. So, like, if he could participate, that's huge, man. He could help his stock out a ton. I'm really excited actually here about Jack Coletto, because all right, let me pull up. So he's 6'3", 239. He has 6 tutties on the year. A lot of, and like he just plays a natural fullback position. But I really liked the force miss tackles with him playing out at fullback. So I'm actually kind of excited to see him. I really am. Moving on to the wide receivers. Among this group, Zay Flowers. It's Zay Flowers and then the rest of this crew. Zay Flowers could put on a showcase. Like, all of these guys, right, like, are firmly day 3, like mid to late day 3 potential UDFAs. Bryce Ford Whedon, I'm kind of is going to be fun to watch because he's been known to make highlight reel catches, but he's also been known for inconsistent hands. I really love Justin Short. He's just got a lot of injury concerns. I haven't checked out Michael Jefferson yet, and I get to get around to Jadakiss Bonds and Dallas Daniels, though Demario Douglas very undersized. I say very. Like, it's your typical undersized. 5'8", well, not that typical. 5'8", 170. But, I mean, guys like Bond, 6'4", 200. That's pretty solid. You got Daniels, who's 6'1", 180. If you get a 190, I think that's A-okay. Jake Bobo. Bobo's awesome. He's fun, but, like, let's be honest. Dude's like a late day 3 UDFA. That's kind of what Bobo is. But, like, Zay Flowers, he just kind of, like, if Zay Flowers is expected to come in here and outclass all these guys. And if he doesn't do that, that's going to be viewed as a massive disappointment. It just is. Looking at this tight end group, and I think Luke Schoonmaker is the guy that stands out the most for people. I've seen people have him 4th, 5th round. I kind of have him in that midday 3 area. If he could showcase some of the some receiving skills, because he just wasn't really utilized a lot as a receiver there at Michigan, I think that would be nice. We also have Thomas Greenery, who actually had the most yards receiving of anybody in this bunch. He had 700 yards receiving, 9 tutties, 12 forced missed tackles there at Albany. He showed very sure hands, 2% drop rate. So very sure hands. So he's a guy actually I'm pretty eager to see, and he's got a good size, 6'5", 255. We'll see how he actually weighs out at. Yeah, I guess Princeton Fant's also another guy I'm kind of eager to see. A guy that's going to be this, like, probably H-back-esque prospect. He had 8 tutties on the season, 7 forced missed tackles as a receiver, which is kind of lit. So we'll see. Didn't look like the ball skills were all that great, but we'll get a better look at him. I'm kind of excited. I feel like he's probably more of an H-back role anyway. But onto the offensive line. And I think this group already looks better than the other group. Just from, like, looking at the first 3, you got Jackson, Kirkland, veteran guy there. Probably going to be working out of the guard. Stromberg is going to be working out center guard. Mafi's probably working out the guard. So what your tackles here are probably Wagner, Evans, Telfort. They could kick Galvin inside. I don't know much about Brent Lang, so I couldn't really tell you. I'm pretty sure I don't know much about Jackie Chen either. I feel like Jackie Chen. They listed Penn State. I got him down as Pace, and he's not listed on Penn State's roster, so I don't know what's up with that. But, like, the high-end guys are right here. Kirkland, Stromberg, Mafe and Stromberg made my top 150. Telfort, I'm actually pretty excited to go watch him. A lot of people are, I think, like Mason Brooks is like a mid to late day 3 guy. Connor Galvin, I kind of have in that mid to late day 3 area as well. But let's go ahead and see what they're going to be working against, because I can guarantee you it's going to be tough. All right, so... Oh, whoops. This isn't it. There we go. West defense. Let's try to wrap up this long video. All right, so the defensive interior, obviously this one, not nearly as fierce as the other squad. Like, Jaron Cage came from the Hula Bowl, and I can tell you, it don't impress me much. He's also listed for the NFLPA Bowl, but we'll see. 11.5% win rate, though. That's actually much better than some of the other guys listed here, including his teammate, Taron Vincent, who had a 5% win rate, which is just atrocious. PJ Mustapher is just kind of a guy, a big space eater. Didn't do a lot of winning on the interior either. Johnson's going to be an interesting cat. He's a bit of a tweener, 6'3", 275. But he had a very impressive win rate, 17.6. Had 44 pressures, 8 sacks. He was very active against the run. So it's going to be he's going to be one of the biggest guys here. I got my eye on, along with Devoncha Maxwell. Hopefully I said that right. Out of Chattanooga. 6'2", 301, so the size isn't isn't concerning compared to Johnson. But he has good production. He had 28 pressures and 9 sacks there for Chattanooga. I don't have a win rate for him, but he was very active against the run as well. Both these guys basically worked inside the B gap, around that 3 tech. So yeah, these are the two guys I'm really looking out for. When it comes to the edge group, though, edge group is not all that great, honestly, either. So, wow. The West team offensive line gets it off easy. Godspeed, East team. Godspeed. But Brendan Cox, man, this is a guy that needs to rehab his stock, man. Dismissed from Georgia, then dismissed from Florida there. Maybe it was like a mutual, like, yeah, gonna just leave now and prepare for the draft. It was kind of mutual, kind of sort of. It still warrants a red flag, but the production never got to where we ever wanted it to be, like that over the last 2 years for Brandon Cox. So he desperately needs this off-draft season process. You got Habakkuk Baldonado out of Pittsburgh, 6'5", 280. He's kind of like a poor man's, Rashad Weaver? The other cat from Pittsburgh a couple of years ago that Tennessee picked up. Like, his win rate's not that impressive. Like, he's kind of whatever, but, like, he's big, he's long, like, he's sturdy. Like, he just has good depth, potential rotation player, like, all over him. That's literally what his game says about him. Andre Jones is going to be an interesting one here. But again, another guy with similar win rate of 15.7%, had 32 pressures, 7 sacks. There for the Rajin Cajuns. I don't know why I said it that way. I got to mark down Titus Leo here. What is that? What's that logo? Is that just North Dakota? I'm not positive, but he's probably a guy I'm not going to be able to watch until this. Same with Harvard's Truman Jones, though I do have stats for Truman Jones, correct? I do. So he's listed out 6'4", 242, 42 pressures, 8 sacks this past year. So, and the thing is, man, this guy was well, yeah, no kidding. He was mainly working on the outside. So, yeah, kind of a less impressive group here compared to the East team. Going on linebackers, this is a bit interesting because Jaden Woodbay basically played box safety for Boston College. Now he moves to a more linebacker role. So, like, cool. Like, I think I'm curious what he's going to weigh out at, because I think he was like 222, right? 6 foot 222. So he's going to be stout. He's going to be stout. Drake Thomas is going to be just fun to watch. Drake Thomas might not be like a highly regarded prospect by probably a bulk of the community, but he is just fun to watch. Like, currently I got him around this 5th, 6th round. Mahmoud Diobati, I had an okay year for Utah, nothing special. I got him a couple of spots ahead of Drake Thomas. Tyrus Wheat was pretty much just an edge rusher, I believe, for Mississippi State. Yeah, mainly worked as an edge rusher, so now we're going to see what he can do off ball. To be fair, the missed tackle rate's pretty solid. See what he can do in coverage. He's got good blitzing potential. Isaiah Moore, I'm very excited to see more of. I always thought he was like, everyone talks about Peyton Wilson and Drake Thomas. Isaiah Moore feels like the lost guy in that linebacker room at North Carolina State. It's like, yeah, okay. I heard good things about Jalen Graham. I haven't watched him myself, so I couldn't tell you much. Same with Charlie Thomas, except for Charlie Thomas' size sucks. I imagine he's not going to, like, come into this weighing 6'2", 207. But we'll see. We'll see. The cornerbacks here, you got Jalen Williams. He must have been a new addition. Because I don't think I had him down. Yeah, it looks like he was a new addition. So cool. I got to include him. Nick Jones is the guy I'm eager to watch here. I haven't really watched, believe it or not, I haven't watched Ball State this season. But he was particularly productive there for the Cardinals. Allowed a 43.5% catch rate. That's really good. 4 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. Starlin Thomas, I think, is just going to be this good late day 3 corner in this class. Like, he's got good size. Like, I think he's got good long field speed and such. Just, yeah, he's got struggles with physicality. And like in the run game, he's not all that hot. Jarek Bernard Converse, one of the more veteran guys among this group. I expect to do exceptionally well. I got him listed as a late day 3 guy. Miles Brooks, I'm very excited to watch. Where are you at here? Do I have you listed with... Oh, no, here you are. He allowed a 37.7% catch rate with nine pass breakups, three interceptions, 6'2", 198. So I believe that's it's a bit better size than Nick Jones. So again, just another guy I'm really excited for here. I'm just making a note here that he's in the shrine. I got to add a few of these guys that just were added. Cameron Brown, this guy, I feel like he's been hurt. I feel like he's been hurt a good portion of his career. He was sidelined his freshman season with a leg injury. Let's see. Suffered an ACL injury in 2020. I don't recall how many snaps he played this year. An okay amount. So yeah, I'm not too excited about Cameron Brown. Let's see his safeties. This safety group, actually, I'm pretty excited for. Christian Eisen is actually a new addition. Jordan Howden, I think, has a chance to make a lot of money. Him and Tyler Nubbin were really good there at Minnesota. Nubbin decided to return. Probably could have been a top 75 pick. I think there's a good chance Jordan Howden ends up being, with a good week, top 50 pick. Christian Young, always kind of been a good athlete, just a guy that always seems like he's getting burnt. Trey Dean, I've watched off and on. Don't really have a real opinion about him, but yeah, no, there's some excitement towards this group, especially if there's any dropouts out of the Senior Bowl or injuries or anything. It's gonna be one of these guys that gets picked up from this game. We had stuff like that happen. James Houston, Sam Williams were late additions to the Senior Bowl. I'm pretty sure James Houston ended up going. I know Sam Williams did. He showed up day 3 of the Senior Bowl. But there is still, I think, one spot open at the quarterback position in the Senior Bowl. I'm just saying, your time is now, my friend. Let's do it, Demorat. But that's it for the video. Go ahead and do the YouTube thing. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.